everyone, I'm Josh and this is my vlog. So as I mentioned earlier in the blog post, I'm going to be talking about a few things during this vlog, namely the current state of the project, a bit about me and my background as a pianist and as a musician, and a bit about why I chose piano improv as the topic for my project. And then also I'm going to be talking briefly about the resources and materials that I've been using over the course of this project. So yeah, let's get this show on the road. So about the project, it's been going on for about 3.5 weeks now. I'm feeling pretty good about where I'm at right now. I'm on schedule. I only have one more stepping stone goal until my overall goal and my TED Talk come into play. So got that going for me. But the TED Talk though, I'm a little bit worried about that because I don't know, it's just that this presentation, there are some pretty high expectations, and as someone who's playing an instrument for the project, I'm going to be expected to perform, and I can't really practice that much because it's all improv as we go. So hopefully it'll all work itself out when I'm scripting and polishing the rest of the presentation. But otherwise, I'm just a little bit nervous about that. We'll get there when we get there, though. I'm actually kind of glad that I made the last stepping stone, which is going to be key changes. I'm glad I made that one a bit simpler than some of my other goals. That way I'll have some extra time to work on this presentation. What was next? That's right. So now a little bit about me. I started piano at around age 5 and I took lessons until the end of 8th grade. And during that time I played only classical music. Now don't get me wrong, I really enjoy classical music. It's one of my favorite genres of music. Some of my favorite pieces are classical music. But playing the same genre for however many years is kind of restricting, if you get what I'm saying. I was bored basically, and this was augmented actually in middle school when I began to hear other genres of piano played by my peers. So I have this really good friend, and he self-taught himself. He taught himself this one piano piece. It was a contemporary piece that was really popular a couple of years ago. It was Yuruma's River Flows in You. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever, and I really wanted to play stuff kind of like that. So that combined with being bored from classical, and also from 8th to 9th grade, the increase in workload from middle school to high school, I stopped lessons, and I began to just kind of self-teach pieces to myself, kind of whenever I had time, since I couldn't practice piano on a regular basis for lessons. And that's really kind of where I started to get into other types of piano playing, including improv. So yeah, I actually got into improvisation around 7th grade in middle school jazz band, actually. I played the trumpet, if I haven't already mentioned that in previous blog posts. And I was in the middle school jazz band, and we were doing improvisation, just basic 12-bar blues, kind of like Genius Hour blues. And Well, what I did was I was kind of bad at improv on the trumpet then, and so I took the chords and I brought them home and played them on the piano and kind of experimented with some rhythms, some phrases to use for the trumpet. And actually, my parents really, really liked the jazz improv I was doing on the piano. And so what started actually as a kind of a tool to help me improve my trumpet playing turned into a completely separate hobby. Eventually I grew out of just jazz. My dad showed me some chord progressions that were really popular with Christian praise music, including that major first, minor third, major fourth, major fifth progression that I used like all the time. And he showed me a few others as well, but that was probably the most relevant one, I guess. And that's kind of how my piano background began and how it eventually led to me learning piano improv. So when this project was introduced as a chance to improve or learn pretty much anything, I didn't immediately consider piano improv to be a feasible choice. I wasn't super confident about my playing and all that, but really I eventually began to see this project as an opportunity to improve my playing, and if anything really inspired me to go with that, it would be that I really wanted to play better music for people. Just being able to sit down and just play something that sounded good, that was appealing, not boring, not super repetitive, just was really cool, and I really wanted to improve that. And so, yeah, there you go, inspiration. Now I guess I have to talk about the research and materials I've used. Truth be told, I haven't done a ton of research, even though it's supposed to be 25% of this project. A lot of it has been from just my history as a musician, so basic music theory and stuff like that. The main portion of this project where actual additional research came in was when I was researching chord theory for Movement 2. Chord theory has always been something that's kind of confusing to me, and so I wanted to get a little better, get a better understanding, and so I think I posted a link or two to some sites that I used to visualize and get some good ideas for chord progressions. Additionally, I have to thank my music teachers, specifically my high school band director and my trumpet teacher, because they kind of indirectly, like they were talking about trumpet, but they indirectly gave me some lessons on chord theory, which I was able to translate into piano. I also guess that I used my dad for a lot of things. He helped me with introducing me to a lot of my first chord progressions that I improvised with, and that was a humongous help in learning how to improv and then improving my improv even further. Other than that, it was just a lot of practice. Of experimentation. A lot of error. A lot of hair tearing out. Bit of insanity. And so on. Okay, before I end this probably too long vlog, I want to thank my readers, teachers, and classmates who have been frequenting this blog, reading my posts, and leaving a lot of positive feedback. It's made me feel really happy, so I want to thank you all. I hope you enjoyed whatever else this blog will have to offer in the future. The end. Thank you.